What up, interwebs? This is Tim Green, and this is my brain channel, and this is the reading of Chronicles of Skyler Grant, the only novel I've ever pantsed. And I'm having my buddy Adam Daley. Adam,
hey, what's up, everybody?
Yep, he is doing the read-through for me because we thought it'd be hilarious to have him just read it.
Yes.
And it's a first draft, and he's a first-time narrator, so...
And I tried to do it in one take.
And he's doing it in one take. So basically the joke is, first draft of a novel, first draft of a narrator, and one take.
It's
in
exactly.
the first draft of the take.
Exactly.
So
we just do it right out. Do it perfect the first time. That's why it's this amazing book.
Yes. So amazing. No errors whatsoever.
None.
And this time is going to be different because the last 5 chapters he pre-recorded ahead of time.
Yes.
Now he's going to read it live. So don't be surprised if you hear me laughing in the background or
Don't be surprised if I screw up.
Or me going, what?
Yep.
Because that's probably going to happen, Adam.
Oh, I believe it.
So
I do it too.
Oh, yeah. But, okay, so enough. After this, stay tuned to the end of it because we're going to discuss what I was thinking when I wrote it. We just kind of go over anything really type stuff that pop up in the chapter because it's been a while. Oh, and by the way, I should mention, I wrote this over a decade ago. It was a novel I wrote for a vlog. I did a chapter a day here and there and everything. Yeah. So that's what it is. So, Adam?
Yes.
When you're ready.
Skyler Grant, Chapter 6. Are you all right? Asked the girl, running over to Skyler, who was now sitting on the ground. As the girl reached him, he held both darts in his hand. I am fine, replied Skyler, holding up the darts. They packed more of a punch than I thought. Whew. Glad the guy didn't get me more than 2, or I might be actually out. What guy? The guy who fired that silver dart that I stopped in front of your chest. Help me up and I'll show you. The girl was not sure, but after all that had just happened, she decided he was trustworthy. He did warn her, even though she didn't believe him at first. She extended her hand. Skyler grasped it and she pulled him to his feet. Once to his feet, Skyler took a step and stumbled backwards a little. Are you sure you're all right? I am sure. The drugs in these darts are strong. I may just need to take it easy and let the drugs pass through my system. I'm Skyler, by the way. Jenny. Nice to meet you, Jenny. Sorry it had to be under these circumstances. Tell me about it. Follow me. Skyler turned back into the woods. Jenny looked back towards the school before following after him. The two did not walk far. They reached where the struggle took place when Skyler took off running and stopped several feet away. The sniper was gone along with his rifle. Jenny joined him, but Skyler paid no attention to her. He was busy examining the ground. What's wrong? Asked Jenny, confused. The sniper. He's gone, said Skyler, not looking at her. I need to find him. Why? Because he's either going to do one of 2 things. Find a new spot to shot from, or he's going to fall back and call in what happened. If he does that, you will not be safe here because more soldiers will come, and they will not something I need right now. Why is that? What's going on? Why does these soldiers want with me? Got him. What? Go back to the school. Your ride should be here soon. Wait 5 minutes after your ride comes. If I'm not back, leave. I'll give you a call, and I will let you know what is going on then. Can I go with you? No. Go. Jenny did not move. She was not sure what to believe. Everything was happening so fast. Now the guy who saved her wants her to leave? Thoughts that he was just trying to avoid answering questions he doesn't have the answers to. On the other hand, he did intervene and warn her when he didn't have to. How do I know you will come back? I have no time. I have to catch up to that soldier before he calls in what happened. I promised I will be back and I will answer your questions. Skyler did not wait to see what Jenny decided. He took off. Jenny stood there for a moment, surprised. He just left her. After a few moments, she decided to do what he told her. He obviously knew more of what was going on than she did. Jenny turned and headed back to the school. As she came out of the woods, she saw a red pickup truck park in front of the school. Jenny knew it was her dad. She ran across the field through the parking lot as she saw her dad walk out of the school. "Jenny," said her dad, running down the steps over to her, giving her a hug. "I thought something happened to you. Your bag was just on the steps." "I am sorry," said Jenny as she hugged her dad back. "I thought I saw something in the woods, and I thought you might be a while, so I thought I would go see." "It's okay. Let's go home," said her dad, releasing his grasp. "We can't," said Jenny, not sure how she was going to tell her dad to wait. "Why?" I have a friend who is coming here to let me borrow a book. He should be here in a few minutes." "Can't you get it from him tomorrow?" "He's already on his way and doesn't have a cell phone." Jenny's dad looked down at his watch and then back at her. 5 minutes. "That's fine." Jenny walked over and sat down on the steps while her dad walked over to his truck and turned it off. He then walked over to Jenny and sat down next to her. Once seated, she laid her head on his shoulder. The two sat there. Several minutes passed when Jenny pulled her phone out to see 8 minutes had gone by. She turned to look at her dad, who began to stand up. She knew he'd given her a few extra minutes, but Jenny decided not to stall. She grabbed her bag and stood up as she tossed her bag over her shoulder with one arm through one of the two straps. They walked down the remaining steps, and her dad opened the door. She went to get in when she saw him bend over. "What's this?" he asked as he picked up a silver dart off the pavement. "How did this get here?" Jenny wanted to tell him what happened, but she knew without Skyler it would just be a story. After a moment, she decided to tell him. "Dad, you need to know." Her dad went to touch the tip of the dart when a voice spoke up. "I wouldn't do that if you want to stay awake," came a voice from behind the truck. Jenny and her father turned to see Skyler standing a few feet on the other side. "Who are you?" "Dad, this is Skyler. He's the guy we were waiting for." "Oh. We really need to go, so if you could give Jenny the book you wanted to let her borrow, we can go." "Dad, that is not why we were waiting," said Jenny, walking out from behind the door. "What? Okay. What is going on here?" It's not easy to say this. Your daughter's not safe here," said Skyler with a stern face. "What?" "You heard me. Jenny, get back in the truck." "Dad, you have to listen to him. There was a man in the woods who fired that dart at him. If it weren't for Skyler, I wouldn't be here right now. That soldier would have taken me away." Jenny's dad was silent. He didn't speak. Sorry. What I meant to say was Jenny's dad was silent. He didn't not speak. He just looked at Jenny, back to Skyler. A few minutes went by before he responded. "How did he help you?" "He called me to warn me at first. I didn't believe him. Then, as I went about to leave, that dart stopped right in front of my chest. When I looked up, I saw him standing on the edge of the tree line and went over to him. Skyler took me in to show me the sniper, but he got away. He went after him." "So you found him, did you?" asked Jenny's dad, turning to face Skyler. "No." "That's what I thought. Let's go." He got away, which is why she is not safe here. However, I never said that I didn't have proof. Let's see it, then. Come around the back of the truck to see it for yourself. Jenny and her dad looked at each other, then walked around the front of the truck until they could see all of Skyler's body. To the right of his left foot was a man in full camo, tied up with red rope. But eye out cold. Jenny couldn't believe what she was seeing. Skyler was telling the truth. Jenny turned to look at her dad, and he just stared at the man. While I didn't catch the man who actually fired the dart, I did bring one of the 4 men that were in the woods, who were going to take Jenny once she was down from the dart. Where are the other men? Sorry. Where are the other men? Asked Jenny, looking at Skyler. I left them in the woods. You could say a nice little present for the men who come next. Now, if you want your daughter to be safe, you need to get her out of this town as fast as you can. Jenny's dad didn't say anything or move. He just stood there. Jenny looked at him. She knew he was thinking, trying to make some kind of sense of what was going on. While she knew he was going to try to find some reason not to believe it, she knew there was too much evidence for him to not believe it. Finally, he spoke. How does a dart just stop in midair? Asked Jenny's dad with a smile. Jenny knew he found his way out to not believe everything that was going on. She, though, had the same thought. Skyler said he stopped it, but he never said how. Now she wanted to know. She turned to see Skyler was not fazed by her dad's question. Like this, Skyler said, sorry, reaching into his jacket, pulling at something. In quick motion, he threw 2 silver darts he had taken out of his body right at Jenny's dad. They flew right at his head fast, and had no time to dodge the sharp tips of the dart, when suddenly they just stopped, centimeters away from his face. Jenny turned back to Skyler, who was holding both of his hands up in front of his face, with his 2 pointer fingers and thumb close together, as if he was holding on to something, but not. Any more questions? Asked Skyler, dropping his hands as the 2 darts dropped and clanged as they hit the black top of the road. Get in, said Jenny's dad. And so ends the 6th chapter.
So, Adam.
Yes?
The tits of the dart?
Hey, you know what? One take. One take. Okay, buddy?
See, that's the good thing about this going forward from this chapter's on. Now we just don't have to worry about my stuff that I wrote. I can bring up your actual reading of it as well.
Yes, I said the wrong word.
What was the one, like, I don't have time for this, but it was twisted around?
Yeah.
What was it? It was like, can I have time for this or something like that?
It was all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, trying to remember what it was. As you search.
I don't know.
Anyway. Yeah. And also, Adam.
Yes.
Why was the father talking so slow?
Because he's a man that doesn't need to use lot words. And he gets things done at his own pace.
And why did you go with Jenny as a little girl?
Because, like, Jenny's really cool. All right?
Yeah, Jenny was just like...
She's she's confused, and she's trying to figure out what's going on here. Because she's in danger.
See, I always felt like...
But she doesn't really think she's in danger because it doesn't make any sense.
I feel like Skyler should always be like, listen, bro. Like, oh my God, will you just listen to me already?
Like, Skyler's already got, like, all the cool things about him already. So he understands.
Yeah.
But he's trying to figure out who he really is. Man.
But yeah, this was I don't remember writing this at all. I just remember that when I wrote this. How do you convince a father who's not going to believe in any of this going on and get him to like, okay, come along?
Threw the darts at him and caught them.
So it's like,
it would have been cooler for him to just, because the one that clanged on the ground earlier, just shoot, pull it right up to him.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, so that he's just.
You want to know how I caught it? Picked it up, pulled it over to himself. That's how I did it.
Yeah.
Telekinesis, buddy.
But it was more interesting. It's like,
I caught them.
Again, the tips of the dart.
Hey, caught the tits of the dart. Whoop, centimeters away from his face. It's about an inch.
Yeah.
Because 6 centimeters is about 1 inch.
But what did you think of this chapter overall?
Not bad. Not bad. I mean, it's still... You have a very flimsy world, my friend.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're only 6 chapters in, so...
But when I mean flimsy, I mean you have... You don't have a setting. There's no... It's like they're outside a school.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Listeners, it's all up to your imagination. Because there's a truck parked out front and steps somewhere.
Well,
and Skyler's doing a lot of stuff directly in front of a school that should have a bunch of cameras at it.
Well, let's also remember this was in 2012 when...
Okay, then there would be people inside who can still look out the windows.
Well, it's late in the day, so not necessarily.
Somebody is looking. No, surprisingly, even the janitors are always like, what's that kid doing?
Depending on where you go.
All right.
Not all janitors really care.
I'm doing my job, but...
Some
okay.
Some will, others don't.
What the hell is that? Why is there an entire battalion out front?
Yeah.
Oh, who brought in Meal Team 6?
Yeah. But, yeah, I just, like... It was like, again, this was panting, so it was like, okay. Oh, here. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. And I just came up with it. But I can't wait for the explanation part. Eventually, I know we're going to get a flashback.
Okay.
And I've mentioned this before, where we see Skyler, how Skyler gets framed for everything.
Good.
But I don't know if that's what the explanation he gives to them. Because eventually, he gets them to go so far. It's coming in future chapters. But then the dad's just like...
I'm sorry, son.
Yeah.
This is where I draw the line.
Pretty much. And
I only listen to Tennessee Williams. And I drink whiskey.
So it's like it's the point.
Walk into restaurants and I order all the bacon.
But yeah, it gets to a point to there where he has to draw the line until he gets something
exactly.
out of it. So I don't remember how he what Skyler says to him, but I mean I had to give him something enough to at least go away from the area.
Yes.
And I figured this could get this. A logical father would be like, okay, oh, I don't know what you did, but sure, I should probably hear him out.
Probably, it'd be helpful.
And now, if the father was actually stoned, drunk, or anything, he'd be like, dude, I'm so drunk, or
whoa,
I'm so
dude.
stoned. Yeah, I'm just seeing things. This is not actually happening.
This isn't real, but go ahead and get in the truck, man.
Yeah.
That's some wild shit. All right, let's go, buddy.
Or he wouldn't allow it, and then you just have Skyler show up at their house.
Hey, buddy.
Never explain how he found them. He found the house.
Never explain why he's sitting at the dinner table and everyone's cool with it.
Yeah. Or something like that.
Wait a second.
But yeah, like not much happens here, but it does progress the story a little bit.
Yeah, see?
It's more of a scene than a chapter, obviously. But that's basically how I treated these things for the most part. Every so often we'll get a chapter actually that seems more of a chapter than a scene. But
it's a filler episode.
Pretty much. But it does progress the story.
That's what filler episodes do.
No.
Yeah. They're supposed to progress the story, but it's usually the B and C story.
No, filler episodes, I've always said, it's just there to make something happen, but doesn't really...
It expands a background character's story.
It doesn't do anything for the overall, the actual story.
I can't believe you would say that.
This does, somewhat.
Somewhat. Okay.
But, yeah. Comment down below. Do you think this is actually more of a filler, or... let us know what you're thinking of the episode is.
Definitely.
There, and we'll see who wins there.
And I will argue with you in the comments section. No, I won't. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like to do that anymore. But you are welcome to express your opinions.
And then someone will tell you you're wrong, unless it's
and you have to respect the fact that they get to express their opinion too.
Well, someone will tell you you're wrong. It will be me if you're not agreeing with me.
Wow.
And if it's Adam, you don't agree with Adam, Adam might disagree with you. But someone's probably going to disagree with you. Anyway, let us know down in the comment section what you think of that. And also, tell us what you think of the episode. And what you think is going to happen in the future. Yeah, but there we go. So, like, subscribe if you enjoyed it. Helps with the algorithm. And tune in for the next chapter where we find out how Skyler gets them to leave. Or does he get them to leave?
Yeah.
I always spoiled that he gets them to leave.
I know, you spoiled it already.
Yeah.
Good
go
job.
Ahead. All right. Yeah. Peace.